Hello there, guys. This is RagingGamesComms. Well, 2 out of 3, and we're gonna be talking about something very special. What did Nintendo just release, Zech?
The Wii U.
Well, information about it.
Uh, I, out of all three of us, I'm pretty sure Jory has the most positive thoughts towards the Wii U. I mean, we both have very positive thoughts, but I think he's the biggest Nintendo fan out of all of us. And I'd have to think about that.
Well, I'm a pretty big Nintendo fan. It's just
Yeah,
that with me, I had so much hype and so much hope for the Wii U that when E3 came, I was really bummed out.
yeah, I know. I mean, like, they really dried out Shuri Miyamoto. It just really, they dried him out so much. I kind of just I was speechless on how bland their presentation was.
They spent too fucking long on Nintendo Land.
Yeah.
We get
Oh,
it.
look at this. It's not Wii Sports. Aren't you excited?
Okay, we get it, guys. You're trying to make another glorified tech demo to show off the Wii U what the gamepad can do. And okay, yeah, it looks nice. It seems fun, and I am looking forward to it. But at the same time, don't spend too much fucking time on it.
Yeah, I know. They've had a problem with that in the past. I think the reason why the Wii wasn't as revolutionary as people thought is because they spent most of the time on the controls, and I think as much as I don't want to think it this time, I think this time it's still true. They are spending a lot more time on the way the game plays than they are on like the smaller stuff like the internet or the visuals or stuff like that. But I looked at the Wii U stats, like stats compared to the Xbox and PS3, and I was quite amazed at how much RAM space the Wii U had compared to the current gen consoles. I mean, it was a huge leap. Like right now, it's like only like it's a really small number, but it went up to 2 gigabytes, and my jaw just dropped. I'm like, think of the possibilities now, even though it's RAM space.
Well, in my opinion, I still think that the Wii U is still what the Wii should have been in the first place.
Yeah, I think it's just the Wii that was a little bit later than it should be. But I mean, like comparing it to now, the Wii U is totally gonna sweep the market. I mean, pre-orders are already sold out. That's why I pre-ordered mine already. Because if you
Yee.
went, I went to Best Buy, GameStop. They're all sold out today, and they weren't yesterday.
Well, yeah, people are have been anticipating this console like I have, but like I said, I was really disappointed. And I'm the type of guy who's just like, okay, until Nintendo can show me what they're really made of, then I'm not gonna, shell out my $350 just yet until they can show me what they can really do.
Well, when they when they announced Bayonetta 2, I was like, a Bayonetta 2, and then I was like, oh my god, Bayonetta 2. And then I realized it's published by Nintendo. I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And pointing out to the fanboys of the other consoles, they're all ranting about like how, like before Bayonetta 2 and Nintendo went hardcore, they were all ranting about how, oh, Nintendo isn't hardcore. Oh, they're just a family gaming publisher now. But now that they are publishing Bayonetta 2, everybody's raging that it's only on the Wii U. And it's like, guys, we can never satisfy you. And someone from Capcom said that all gamers are just whiners. And I'm starting to think that that's just a cold, hard fact. Because no one, I've heard from pretty much like 35% of the gaming fan base about Bayonetta 2 has been ranting about how it's on the Wii U and only the Wii U.
Okay,
It's
well,
like,
I just want to get this out of the way. Okay, you really shouldn't be pissed off. I mean, Nintendo. Here's the thing. Sega didn't have hope for this game. Sega, yeah, Sega are pretty good publishers. They've given us Mad World, Vanquish, Bayonetta, but they, but Bayonetta didn't really sell well, despite its good reviews and its popularity and its fan base. It didn't get good reviews, so it didn't sell that well. So Nintendo seeing the fan base for it, they decided to publish its sequel. And guess what? We're getting a sequel. You shouldn't get mad over that. I mean, the original publisher didn't have hope for this game, and yet you're bitching and moaning about the fact that it could get another one.
I mean, that's like bitching and moaning over like if they made another new Super Mario World. I mean, yeah, there was an intended sequel for it, but it never technically came out. But if they made a Super Mario World 2 or a new Super Mario World thing that isn't the bland new Super Mario Brothers that we know right now, I would be stoked for it. Although I'm stoked for any sequel that has been new. Like, for example, what's a good game series that just like came out? Like Spelunky. If they made a sequel to that, I would be like really happy. But if it was exclusive to the Wii U, I'd still be happy. I wouldn't bitch and moan about it. Like, oh, it's only on this console. Oh, it's only on that console. I mean, when I was a COD fanboy back in years ago, I was annoyed that it was only on Xbox and PS3. Modern Warfare 2 was only on Xbox and PS3 and PC. I was annoyed because I only had the Wii back in that time, and I only knew about Call of Duty 3 and 4.
Mm. Uh, I'm just saying that, if you're getting a sequel to what is quite possibly one of your favorite games of all time, you shouldn't really bitch about, oh, it's gonna be on this console. Uh, God, it's like it's like complaining about Operation Rainfall, even though these games have been coming out except for one. But I'm pretty sure no
Yeah.
one really wanted that game anyway. Forgot to say.
But what's what? Well, what really intrigues me is about the Wii U's opening lineup, which only consists of 3 games.
Um, how I know you're a big Pikmin fan. How did you feel about the fact that Pikmin 3 wasn't going to be a Wii U launch title?
Well, I was happy and sad. I mean, Pikmin 3, I was really expecting it to come out on launch day. They even said, oh, it's coming out on launch day. Then they decided, I guess the original launch date for the Wii U was 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after the launch date that is right now, because that's when Pikmin 3 is coming out, is 2 weeks after Wii U's launch.
Okay,
But,
so it's in the launch window. Well, Reggie did mention that the games that they showed off at E3 were either launch games or in the launch window.
yeah. But, I I say go for it. I mean, if it's 2 weeks, I can wait that long impatiently. But that's how I was with Sonic Generations for the 3DS. But anyway, I the more time they put into this game, I mean, if they do a half-ass job, and I thought the demo was amazing. So if they did a half-ass job on the full game, and I get the full game, and it's just some half-ass job, oh, Rock Pikmin, oh, throw it, I would be pissed. But I expect a lot from this game.
Well, it's been in development for how long now?
Years, like I think a good 4 or 5 years, or
Okay,
3 at the least.
okay, well, unless Pikmin fans get kind of Zelda fanboys on us, where they were like, Skyward Sword didn't feel like it was made in 5 years and shit like that. But, as long as that doesn't happen, I'm pretty sure you all will enjoy Pikmin 3.
Well, the thing is that Pikmin 3's development started out on the Wii, and then they moved it to the Wii U because of the HD capabilities. So I think the Pikmin 3 we saw was actually the finished product on the Wii. All they needed to do was put the remaster the graphics so it's a little bit more modern in HD, and make sure that the Wii U tablet controller is able to be used on it. I think that's all they needed to do, really.
Okay, so have you seen any of the other Wii U games? Like, the one I'm really looking forward to is Rayman Legends, because I just fucking love Rayman Origins. And when I heard they were making a sequel for this new potential powerhouse of a console, I was just like, oh shit, this is gonna be fucking amazing.
You know, I saw the what did I see? I saw the trailer for that. That was actually one of the first trailers I saw that had the Wii U mentioned in it. I saw it and I was like, this is gonna kick because that really shows off what the Wii U can do and the current gen consoles can't do. Because I
Hmm.
looked at it and I'm just being a graphics whore for a second because that's partially why I'm a modern gamer. Um, the graphics on it really they looked a lot. They looked like twice as good as they did on the PS3 or the Xbox 360. I mean, it looked absolutely amazing.
Well, they're not.
I mean,
Well, I don't think they're hand drawing it this time. I think they're using 3D models for
yeah,
Rayman Legends.
I had a feeling because there was a lot of different angles. I was like, that doesn't look like hand drawing, but I still really liked the way they made it. I mean, it looks really nice. I hope it comes out the way I think it'll come out because the trailer with the level with music in it, I forgot which one it was, but it was just it blew my mind. It made me want to buy it.
I just fucking love that game.
Yeah,
Um, what do you think about whatever? I can't remember the name, but it was 101, the one they called P100 back in E3.
Project P100.
Yeah,
I didn't even know if that was the name or that was the project's name,
it
but
was the project's
the
name.
game the game looks like a Pikmin game that's been um, dulled down, and it's a lot darker, and it's a lot more like military and RPG like. I on the other hand don't. It looks okay. It looks like something I would get. It's another one of those tech demo Nintendo things that they're doing because all it really does is show off the capabilities of the tablet controller.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, it's a game, but still, that's pretty much all it does. I wasn't really. It just didn't attract my attention.
Okay. Um. All right. So we know the inevitable. Uh, Namco and Nintendo have been doing lately, and you already know
Yeah,
what that is. One of the main reasons why people want a Wii U in the first place. Smash Brothers.
I heard that a bunch of these people, a bunch of these good characters are going to be on it. I'm hoping for even though it's really low chances, a Mega Man or someone from the good Capcom series. I heard that they were also working on uh the new Super Smash Brothers, but I'm not quite sure.
Um, really, if we were gonna get anyone from Capcom, I prefer Ryu. Because that would actually make sense in a fighting game.
True. And as for well, I have expectations since a Wii U is pretty much like an Xbox or a glorified Wii. I expect things like DLC, a lot of DLC for
Oh
like
yeah,
games
that's definitely
exclusive.
gonna happen. They're doing DLC with the 3DS now. Well,
Yeah, I know.
they're
That's
gonna start
awesome,
with
by the way.
Professor Layton and Fire Emblem. So yeah, DLC will definitely be on there.
Yeah, and
Let's just hope third parties like Capcom and Activision and those guys who've built up a reputation for themselves when it comes to DLC. Let's just hope they, you know, limit themselves.
the funny thing is that I saw a game because I'm actually stoked for the new Black Ops 2 because actually it's pretty promising. It's not the typical Call of Duty game I've seen, so I actually might like it for a change. But they were talking about the Wii U version, and um, they said that there will be DLC on it, and that's what I heard. And the only sad part is about Black Ops 2 and on the Wii U, it's not coming out opening day. It's coming out during the holidays. God knows why. But
Okay,
I
well,
can't.
well, if we're going by ports, what do you think about Assassin's Creed 3 being on there?
Actually, Assassin's Creed is what I like to call an enhanced port because on the PS3 and Xbox it runs at 30 frames, but on the Wii U it runs HD at 60 frames per second with no sweat whatsoever.
Well, that's just fantastic.
I want to see what like a made from scratch game, like not like some port. I want to see like a game made from scratch, like Bayonetta 2 or something. look on the Wii U. I know a port would look just as good as the PS3 and Xbox, and yeah, that's great and all, but I want to see what a game looks like from scratch. And every game that's coming out between its launch date and Christmas, Nintendo has said it's only using half the Wii U's power. And what I've seen from Zombie U, that's pretty surprising because Zombie U looks really, really good.
Uh-huh.
And to know that it's using half the power really blows my mind. It really makes me wonder what a game would look like if they used all the potential of the Wii U. I mean, that's my mind. That's me thinking the same thing for the 3DS too, because I haven't seen one game that really looks really nice. I mean, yeah, there's games that look good, but I haven't seen the full potential of the 3DS yet either.
Well, a lot of developers, including Nintendo, are just using the single core, even though 3DS is dual core.
Yeah.
Uh, but um, okay, so you're talking about ports. So that also, so your opinion on Assassin's Creed 3 also is shared when it comes to Mass Effect 3 and Batman Arkham City, the new version.
Yeah, they're all just glorified ports. I mean, they're nothing special. If you're a hardcore Nintendo fan who've never bought anything else in your life, this is good news for you. But if you're someone like me who got sick of Nintendo after not getting any third-party support and getting Xbox and getting those games, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll get the Wii U game just because just because the Wii U game will be better than the Xbox game, so I can throw my Xbox out the window. I probably won't do that, but I'll do something. I'll just say screw Xbox. The Wii U is where it's at. But
Well, I don't see why people are getting all butthurt about them doing previous gen ports. It's not like like the PS1 didn't do that with the Super Nintendo, so
yeah, I
it's
know.
it's definitely not like the GameCube and the uh, PS2, Xbox didn't do that with the N64. So I'm as far as the ports go, I'm glad to see Nintendo getting back onto that hard. Well, okay, they could have always had third party support on the Wii. The problem was the Wii's power.
Well, actually, it wasn't the Wii's power because it was actually the main problem was the disk space that the Wii had. The disk space was
4.7 gigabytes.
it was quite small compared to the modern day consoles. If it had bigger disk space, it would be able to support a lot more third party developers. But since it didn't really have that advantage, it didn't get the third party support it needed.
And that's why it wouldn't be irrelevant to this day.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't prompt Nintendo to come out with an entirely new console.
So, graphics whores out there, it's not the Wii's power that's making the graphics bad, it's the disk space, because graphics also take disk space.
I always thought it was just like what it could handle and what it couldn't handle. Like, for example, Final Fantasy 13 looks like something the Wii just cannot do.
But there are some games out there that you can think and say, oh yeah, the Wii can't handle that. I mean, there's some games I look at, I'm like, if we had more disk space, it could handle it. For a good example of that would be Sonic Generations. If the Wii had more disk space, it would be able to handle Sonic Generations. That's the only reason Sonic Generations was never developed for the Wii, was the disk space.
Um, well, I don't see why they just couldn't use a previous graphics engine they used for Sonic Colors, but that's another story for another time.
That's also the same problem for Sonic War Episode 2.
Oh, that was just the memory. Yeah, because WiiWare's memory is only 40 megabytes because the Wii's RAM is also shit. Uh,
I know. Well, the RAM for every console this generation was shit. But then I heard that the RAM of the Wii U was 2 gigabytes, which is a huge jump. So I'm pretty sure that the Wii U can handle anything that this generation or even next generation could, because 2 gigabytes from whatever the Wii and everything else had is a huge jump.
okay, well, okay. Since we're pretty much just going on about the games that we're looking forward to, uh, you know, what about the competition? Uh, we know that Sony's gonna go the cloud gaming route. We know that they are, and seeing as they bought the cloud gaming company whose name I can't remember. Um, so do you think the Wii U would be able to support cloud gaming? And if so, do you
Um,
think it could compete with the 720 or PS4?
well, number one, the Wii U is taking both routes of what the GameCube and Wii had. The Wii has the huge um what's the word I'm looking for? Huge craze in all the games that we've been looking for and the awesome controller and stuff. But it's also taking the route of GameCube because it's taking all these core what's the word? Core third party games, mashing them together, making the best combination. The thing is that I haven't answered your question yet. Do I think yes and no? Since because they will always want to be ahead of the party and they want to be the ones that people want to think, oh, Nintendo made that idea up first. They should copy them. But the thing is that since they made the Wii U first and it's coming out this year, the PS4 and 720, if they're gonna be way more powerful than the Wii U might. I mean, it could balance out. I mean, the Unreal Engine 4 isn't that good, but it could balance out and be the Wii U just has some capabilities that the Xbox and PS4 can't do, but Wii U can, and then it's gonna be vice versa.
Okay. All right. Like I said, cause I think that's the route that gaming's gonna go towards once we get the PS4 and the 720. Um, that's just how I feel about it. I don't think Blu-ray discs are going away. Oh, that's another thing I didn't ask you about. What do you think about the disc space? It's not in fact, it's only half as about as it can only hold about half as much memory as a typical Blu-ray disc could now, which is why I don't think Sony's gonna can the Blu-ray discs just yet. Not with the PS4. If they do the PSP Go thing, and I don't think they want to do that, considering the PSP Go was a commercial failure. But it might do that. But what do you think about the disc space?
The, ah, I Nintendo's never really been great with the whole jumping and leading towards the big memory discs. I mean, and then again, I'm going back to the past. Nintendo 64 was the last console to use uh, cartridges,
Well,
and
that was to
those didn't
eliminate
load.
loading. That was eliminate because one of the biggest complaints about the PlayStation was the fact that the loading times were shit. Um, but cartridges they don't have loading time, so that
I know, but the cartridges can't hold as much as a disc could, though.
true.
I mean, what would you rather have? A bigger game or a smaller game or loading times, but a bigger game?
That's true though. I
That's a debate everybody's had since the dawn of CDs.
um and even with the GameCube, everybody else is using DVDs. Nintendo's using mini DVDs, and that's only 1.4 gigabytes. And yeah, hell, even the developers didn't like that shit. Cause um, just use something we can relate to. Sonic Heroes and Shadow the Hedgehog, and I think Sonic Riders too. They all had stuff for uh Japanese voice acting where you can select it like you could in Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah.
But there wasn't enough space as opposed to the Xbox version and the PS2 version and they're using 4.7 gigabytes. And it's funny because Nintendo didn't get back on that until the Wii, and now we have like discs that can hold like 30 and 50 gigabytes and shit, and it's
Well,
just
Nintendo's always a year behind. They've always been since the GameCube, but they're now focusing more on gameplay, which I do kind of like because the games on the Xbox and PS3 tend to be more commonly shit than anything else. But on the Wii, you can at least expect a decent title every once in a while. Well, you can on the Xbox and PS3 too. It's just commonly more better on the Wii.
well, a lot of games this generation that have been really good come from the are on the 360 and PS3. Like, some of the most critically acclaimed successes, as well as some of the most critically, uh, you know, shunned, such as, oh, I don't know, Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah.
Uh, but I'm still not getting my Wii U until maybe around this time, next year. And the reason for this is that I don't want to get a console at launch because ever since the DS and kind of and it kind of was standing with the PSP, kind of fell over with the 360 and the PS3 and the Wii, is that usually a console's launch, those launch titles, yeah, they can be critically acclaimed as much as you want but they don't really take advantage of what the console can really do, and as a result, they're kind of eh.
Well, New Super Mario Brothers U. I mean, I'm gonna go back to this. Every single New Super Mario Brothers game I've played, except for the first one, has been bland to blandest nostalgic consent. It's not even funny.
Well, that's what they're trying to do.
I know, but at least no, the first one never was really nostalgic. I mean, yeah, it reminded us of some things, but at least the bosses, at a certain extent, were non-nostalgic. I mean, they brought some old enemies back, yeah, sure, but there was a lot of new stuff in it that made me think, oh, this isn't nostalgic. It just, oh, hey, look at that, that's cute, that's there.
Well,
But in like New Super Mario Brothers Wii and New Super Mario Brothers 2, they are the same exact game.
well, New Super Mario Brothers 2 is more, hey guys, that gimmick that's been in since the first game? How about we overplay that?
Yeah, true.
That's why, like, best 3DS Mario game so far, in my opinion. It's in Mario Kart 7. Fucking fanboys. It's 3D Land.
3D 3D Land was great, but it really made me think that they really could have made like a Super Mario 3D Galaxy or something.
Well, um, I don't think. I'm playing Galaxy right now, and as I'm playing this, and 3DS is a lot more powerful than the Wii, which is a damn shame to be honest with you.
I find
And
it hilarious.
yeah, me too. But it just, god damn, fucking handheld can do better than your fucking console. Better RAM and everything. Jesus, Nintendo. But
Well, it goes to show they were always a handheld game development development
well,
company.
I mean, Game Boy. But well, what was I trying to say? Um, there's something about 3D Land. Like, I felt like 3D Land, they were scared because they were on the 3DS and they didn't really know what they really wanted to do with the 3DS. And I think that's a syndrome with a lot of early 3DS games. And I think that'll be the syndrome of a lot of early Wii U games, to be quite honest with you. As it was with the DS and as it was with the PSP and pretty much every console now.
Yeah.
But, I just didn't think 3D Land could have had more depth to it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I know you're like, well, Galaxy, but one of the cool things about the 3D Mario games is that they all did something different. 3D Land tried to do something different, and it worked for the most part. I mean, a 3D game played like a typical 2D game. Okay, it's neat, Nintendo. You're not going for any grando adventure like in someone's castle or on an island or something. So putting it on a
Well,
more gameplay perspective than a more world perspective. Okay.
well, I have to say four things to Super Mario 3D Land. Epic final boss battle.
I do like the concept. It's just pure platforming.
I thought it was like the best final boss battle in Mario history, in my opinion. I really liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, just pure platforming. Nothing it, you know, but that's just the thing. I think that's what they were going for. They wanted you know, They wanted stuff like that to happen. Because, well, yeah, consider the scale. But, as for the Wii U, I'm really looking forward to it. It's not really anything to not to look forward to it about. But I just, I have to wait. And I'm going to wait. Nintendo gotta show me what they're made of. Okay. I, you know, um, I'm glad that everyone's ready for it. I'm glad that it's selling out all fucking ready. Um,
Yeah, I know.
um, this seems like a great console, and that presentation Nintendo gave was what E3 should have been, in my opinion,
Yeah,
and I think it should have been in a lot of people's opinions too.
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and it's gonna be like the best $350 I ever spent.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, that's the best part about the Wii U is that it's affordable price. These PS4 and 720, God forbid, PS4 is gonna be like $1,000. I mean,
Remember the
PS3.
PS3's launch price?
Yeah, PS3 was the first console to reach over $700 at launch. So
God fucking damn it.
Sony,
It
your
takes
Wii U
financial
destroyed.
investment, but we think it's oh god. Oh god. Sony's E3
And,
2006 conference.
and gosh, you think? I mean, once you get it, you expect to get what you paid for. Oh no, we got hacked about 3 times.
uh, but yeah. There's something I haven't talked about. What do you think about the deluxe and the regular pricings for the Wii U and stuff?
I think it's outrageous that they made deluxe a separate color than the white one because I really wanted the black one, but now I have to pay $50 extra just to get the black one because I really want the black one. Problem is that I wish I could pay regular price for the black one, but I can't because the black one comes with like everything,
Um,
and the white one just comes with
well, to
the
be
console.
fair, I think the deluxe edition is the definitive version because I mean, come on now, you're getting a game number one. You're getting stands for the gamepad and stuff like that. You're getting fucking discounts on the eShop games. Come on now, who doesn't love discounts on downloadable games?
Here,
You're getting more memory. I mean, shit, 32 gigabytes beats the shit out of 8,
the
and it's
best.
only for $50 more. So,
No, the crazy part is that the the best part is about the Wii U is that 32 gigabytes. Everybody, all the Xbox and PS3 fanboys are like, oh yeah, whatever. Ours can support 200, whatever. But then you come to realize that that's internal memory. The 32 gigabytes is pure internal memory, and the Xbox and PS3 don't even have internal memory. I mean, from what I know, my Xbox, I had to get a hard drive and slap it on there. Sure, it holds more than a Wii U would, but I have to actually buy an extra part and put it on there.
well, that's why I think cloud gaming is gonna make its rise in this next generation, or maybe the one after that. Assuming gaming doesn't fall between those times and Valve rises from the ashes and finally releases Half-Life 3.
Valve, Valve's like one, two, episode one, episode two. No, Sega's also taking the Valve route because they have to release Sonic 4 Episode 3, and they're never going to.
They're never going to release Jet Set Radio 3 or Space Channel 5 Part 3.
That's the best part.
And they haven't since the Dreamcast era. That's not gonna happen. I hope it does though, considering since they're re-releasing Jet Set Radio and they've already released Space Channel 5.
I'm still waiting for the Sonic Adventure 3.
I don't think that's gonna ever happen.
Maybe.
I mean, because, okay, two games are already going to be called Sonic Adventure 3. There's one game that actually acts like a spiritual successor to Sonic Adventure 3. The game that we should not mention, but yeah, I don't think we're going to get a Sonic Adventure 3.
It never happened.
It did
But
happen, unfortunately.
if they spent a little bit time and cared a little bit about their fans, they would have made it
You know
good.
what? You know what? You can say whatever you want about Sega. I'll tell you this: they have to be one of the best third-party developers in this generation, simply because they try to accommodate their fans. Hint Sonic 4. Um, but you know what? They're a lot fucking better than Square Enix or fucking Capcom or Activision, EA, especially EA. Ugh.
Hey, want a sports game? Here, have a sports game. Oh, you want another sports game? Oh, we won't change anything about it. Here, have a sports game. Oh, it's not different? Oh, too freaking bad. You paid $50 for it.
Oh, but what do you think about the game pricing? Of course,
Actually,
it's
isn't
gonna be $60 again. Well,
no,
here.
actually no. It's supposed to be 49, just like the regular Wii's prices. Nintendo always believed that if they kept their prices consistent, that it's fine, and I like their consistent pricing.
Which is why the 3DS was too fucking astronomical when it first came out,
Yeah,
and they should have
it's
took.
just yeah, they shouldn't have released it for that much.
Hey, you
Oh
know
yeah,
what? That price drop they did actually like set them back like very much a lot, and they haven't started making profit off of the 3DS until this month right here.
yeah, that's true.
That's a
So
fucking shame. But anyways, the Wii U, it seems like it's gonna be a great console. I'm definitely going to get it in 2013. And all in all, I'm just glad to see Nintendo coming back on top.
yeah, I thought they were always on top until like now.
I mean for the handheld,
Yeah,
for the current generation of gaming.
yeah. But anyway, I'm buying it day one because I want to see what it can really give me for the first day because Xbox never gave it to me first day. To be honest.
And God damn it, I'm so happy for. I'm so excited. I'm so happy, so happy, and I just can't fucking wait. Um, they just gotta show me that this is the console that you want. You better go out there and spend your $300 or $350 right the fuck now and get yourself a Wii U, motherfucker.
That, I guess, will be the end.
Oh, you know what? Do you think that the Wii U is going to do the virtual console with the GameCube games?
Definitely. They even said they're going to.
Yay. Mark is so happy. So happy. Mm. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's our impressions of what the Wii U is going to do, what it's going to be like, and shit like that. And like I said, I can't fucking wait. uh,
Yeah.
so until next time, I am MXH360.
Goodbye. What?
Huh?
Huh?
Wait,
What?
what?
I don't know.
Uh, okay, so I'm gonna cut the commentary right now.
Okay.